Philadelphia, it's time to fly! Please welcome your defending Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles!
Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Greg Olson set to get this one started. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Whoa! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
On the ground, it's Davis. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
At the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. They'll look to throw. That's going to be dropped underneath for Davis. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
At the 38-yard line.
Really nice job there. They're setting an early tone up front. And listen, these small runs, these conversion runs, they don't seem like a big deal right now. But over the course of the game, expect this offensive play caller to use these downs to build off of. So what looks small now, down the line, could pay a lot bigger dividend.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, Philadelphia.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Once again, it's Parker. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
It's 4th down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And this is could not get it on target. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory. But you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb.
Complete to number 88. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Smith. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. Pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line.
At their own 10-yard
The
line.
Eagles offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now it's 2nd and 1. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So when we went to their practice earlier in the week, Mike, we saw them. They spent a lot of time with these RPO looks, and it looked a lot better in practice than it did right there, but they're going to come back to it. They have a lot of faith in that element of their offense.
On 3rd down, here's Davis. And he's going to get that 1st down, working it up to the 24-yard line.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on, the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
It is 3rd and long. He chooses to keep it on the zone read. And that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down.
A loss of a yard.
Clearly, the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force fourth down.
On fourth down, out comes the punter. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes!
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third down and 3. Throwing now from the gun. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their third series to see if they can make it happen.
That's fielded at about the 18. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
9. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. Now screen will be set up for Davis. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
To number 25. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open man, right side. first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Cowboys' 37-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not in this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They're able to convert by plenty on 3rd and 1.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He's going to be marked down at yard lines. A gain of 17 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
Here's Barkley, and he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
In motion, the tight end Uzomah. 2nd down, zone read, and he keeps it. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 13-yard line.
So we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter. This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Eagles.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kick, so think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The kicking team off for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Eagles 7, Cowboys nothing.
team's ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Now, faking the give. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on third down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Now, a run with Smith. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drives. So critical third downs, better on first and second. Somewhere it's got to pop, and somebody's got to make a play. The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, live for the next down.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Into the secondary, past the 40. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
50-yard line.
Later in the drive.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Pacheco, incomplete. Christian Izzian on the coverage.
Second and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley.
test, Mike, and they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And that is incomplete.
Third down pass. Intended for Tucker Kraft. Incomplete. Sets up fourth down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start with great field position, up at their 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
On the draw, this is Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down.
The best time to call a draw is when the defense is playing a pass situation, so a down and distance that screams pass. You want those defensive linemen ripping up the field thinking, I'm going to go sack the quarterback. In this case, they time it perfectly, hands the ball off to the back, big pickup.
And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
To number 22. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 9. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field, and this is a great example here why.
First down awaits at the 26-yard line, and here's third down. That is caught. Hooks gets the ground. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Cowboys.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
It's first down, and they'll run.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. This pass right side, taken in by Cooks. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's third down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Dallas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now, for the point after.
Extra point.
The kick is good. Cowboys will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return starts from the 5, and he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's certainly not for the lack of trying, but these guys are having a really hard time getting on the same page right now. I mean, he's still looking for his first catch, despite getting a handful of targets going his way.
Now here's a keeper on his own read. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
It is 3rd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Nick Sirianni thought about it, and he wants another look. He has thrown the challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So this winds up to be a very smart decision to throw the challenge flag. They remeasure, and this indeed will become a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
The RPO. That one is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 6.
just a brutal miss, especially on third down. I mean, if he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, first down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target, and he's not there in time to reel it in.
On comes the punter now. He's on for the second time, and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick.
Fair catch.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. Quickly out to Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 7. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll run. It's Davis. And he's going to have an Eagles first down by about 3 yards. They wind up getting 7 on that 3rd and 4.
So often, Mike, you can tell a team's decision on 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. So I think after that 3rd down run, it was pretty clear that, hey, even if we don't get it here, we're comfortable going for it again on 4th down, but didn't turn out to be the case because he's able to get it there on 3rd.
Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. On the handoff, it's Davis. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Man in motion is Smith. 2 minutes to play. First half. All tied at 7. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 4th and goal.
What are you doing? Quiet. Do that?
The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This, about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Eagles get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for it.
Well, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
Now they'll set up to throw. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
Brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
And now, with that first down of the drive, now you can see they're going to get rolling into more traditional 2-minute offense as they try to end this half with some points.
They'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you like defensive football, this game's heaven because right now points have become a premium. someone has to figure out a way to get something going, whether it's a field goal or even just a positive drive and play the field position game. Some offense has to take control of this game here at some point.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. To the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up
It's a
3rd
gain
down.
of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Slot man in motion left. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Let's make a play here. Show what you got. Showtime. Let's score. Defense can't stop you. Right now.
And that is incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This about as short as you can get. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Eagles can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
Four seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, Thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin this on the ground with Smith. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's second down.
It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
To number 87. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st down. A gain of 7. 1st down, Dallas.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Toss, it is Smith running right. He kept waiting for that cutback lane to develop. It never did. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third down, 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! The Cowboys offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
To number 87. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll pitch it out here. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
Coverage there. Met and dropped before he can get a return going. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He'll throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Christian Isian on the coverage.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Edgerrin Cooper. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. He tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Second and a yard at the Eagles' 43-yard line.
Give up the middle to Smith.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 9. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. 14 on the pickup. That's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
Second and 10. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Cowboys.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. seems ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Man in motion is Smith. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
At the 41-yard line.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
Looking to set up that wide receiver screen, get it out to the edge, but they do not connect, and that one is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
They bring the tight end in motion. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
At the 30-yard line.
Really nice job by this running back here, Mike. I don't think this play was blocked particularly well. I think it was a combination of his patience and then his speed around the left side to not only pick up the first down, but pick up good yardage while he was at it.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Run it to start the drive, and here is Smith. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 12.
3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
This is taken at his own 30. Oh, hello! He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
On 2nd down, he'll take the handoff and hold on to it.
The quarterback runs it on the option. Kobe Turner on the tackle. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here we go. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. 15 yards through the air. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. On the handoff, this is Barkley.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up. Be aggressive and extend this drive.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll try it down with Barkley. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it. And they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him. David Onyemata. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Left side, punt by Lamb. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. This is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think the coverage deserves a majority of the credit for that one, Mike. I mean, up front, really nice job by the offensive line. The pass rush was completely stonewalled. Skill players had all the time in the world to get open, and they were just blanketed.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Davis. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 7. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too
Intended
far.
for Michael
And it's an
Pittman.
incompletion.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Smith. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards. Mark with 29.
He's tackled.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
On his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Cowboys.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
He'll look to throw here on 1st down. Reaching for the tight end, couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Intended for Mike Burton. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line.
3-yard line.
The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up third down.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
From the 33, here's second and 9. Now, faking the give. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is brought in, and he will go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Eagles will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Cowboys 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense about ready to take over once more. It's Smith. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Looking to throw here on second and 10. Quick throw here is complete. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 17 yards on that connection. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Cowboys.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He'll drop to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
It is 3rd and long. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Well, it's no secret what's happening here, Mike. They need points, and they need points quick. The best way to get them is through the deep ball, but obviously the defense is prepared for it. So, again, they're going to continue to play deep, force you to throw the ball underneath, and make you go the long way.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
On the ground, it's Smith. And, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
No gain on the play.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
To number 88. Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Cowboys.
1st and 10 at
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often, they just have to trust their instincts. And sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from. And when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here is 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The Philly faithful making some noise on their feet before 3rd down. They'll run. And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Lost on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down. What a hit.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
That one, caught! Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Not going for two, they'll kick the point after. It's up and good. Cowboys will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Cowboys 21.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4.
He's done a really
It's
nice
now
job
second
making
and
the
6.
most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So it's a win here for the Eagles. It was a game that hung in the balance much of the way, but they're able to come away with a 2-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.